Hey, what's up guys? It is Mr. Buttermaker, and today we'll be doing my Kennen tutorial. So, right now, I have been playing a lot of Kennen, and I want to show you guys and explain to you guys how and why I like Kennen so much. So to start off with, the items you want to buy first are Doran's sword and a healing pot. This is just because the base damage and all of the health and lifesteal you get from it really balances out in trades and other things in general. But it mostly helps out with trades and early damage. So second is the build that you're going to want to use. So the build you're going to want to have is Hextech Tool Belt, then Sorcerer Shoes I would recommend, but it's either Sorcerer Shoes or Mo Boots depending on who you're going against and how much you want to roam. The third item you want to get is Zhonya's, because with your ult you can use your ult, your low health, use your Zhonya's, sit there for a bit of time, and then get back into the action. It helps out a lot because you're a really important member of your team since you can stun. The third item, or the fourth item that you're going to want to buy is Rabadon's Death Cap. Just so that you can have the extra damage, especially if you're getting fed. It's very important that you have that, just so that you can kind of help snowball some more, as it's important that you have your damage and keep up with the rest of the team. Next item you're going to want to buy is the Void Staff. I would recommend this because of the just damage that it does overall, and its passive ability is really helpful when going for trades and all-ins. And then the last item really depends on who you're going against. If you're going against a team full of mages, then I would recommend like a magic resist item, or if you're going against a tanky team, you're gonna want to get a damage item. But the one that I use the most is the Spellbinder, because it just has an extra punch when you're fighting late game. The extra damage is really helpful, especially when fighting tanks like Garen. So let's start with early game. So early game is very simple with Kennen. You really just want to keep your distance until you get to level 6. But you do want to tap them. You do want to poke them consistently. But like the matchup I'm going against right now, Brand, since he does, this is one of the only matchups where I can be outranged, I guess. You just normally want to just keep your range and tap them. But in this case, I just want to keep my distance and wait. So, and I'll resume more of this, more of the playstyle when it comes to mid-game. But something that I would like to remind you is, the order that you're gonna want to upgrade your abilities. So you're gonna want to start with your E or Q, depending on who you're going against. I normally upgrade my Q. I have 2 sets that I like to use, but I like to use sorcery for both of them. Or not sorcery for both of them, I like to use Summon Airy. Or sorry if I pronounced that wrong, it's a bit, I don't know, just weird spelling, I guess. Summon Airy with, the next item really varies on your playstyle, but I normally use Nimbus Cloak, and then the last one I normally use Scorch. So for the secondary, not build, but secondary rune, I use Precision, or yeah, I think it's precision, with Triumph and Cooper DeGraw, or a Legend and Average with Cooper DeGraw. So that's it for the first room set, and it's vary, but I'll show what I would recommend on the screen right now since it's not coming to mind currently. So yeah, now that you have all your runes in the skill order that you have, I'll come back to you guys mid-game for the next part of the tutorial. So it's now mid-game, and you just started to get in interactions with the enemy team. And right there, you didn't see the first kill, but it was a 1v2, and I got the clutch. But now that you're doing, during the end of laning phase, or not the laning phase, but the early game, and now you're heading into the mid game, the thing that you need to keep in mind is that you do a lot of damage with your ult, and your ult comes back relatively quick. It won't feel like it at first, but since it's consistently coming back, you can keep doing consistent dives, and it is, in my opinion, one of the best ults in the game. Because it stuns and deals a lot of damage, and you can just get up in their face. So, right now, I am currently beating their brand in CS. So, since I have the advantage right now, but I do not have my ult. So, I think I'm gonna keep poking him until I think it is the appropriate time to dive. So at this point, I'm gonna do something that is pretty normal. I'm gonna go back and buy my Hextech Proto Belt, and I'm gonna start buying my beginner boots. Hextech Proto Belt, in my opinion, is the best item to start with as Kennen because of how I guess how well it combines with all of your other abilities, and it's an early power spike, which is really helpful when fighting against people that have a lot of health. I think now is a good time to start my late game explanation since there are two people here, and I think if I have the right opportunity, I'll be able to kill them both. And our jungle is coming, so this will be a good time. So late game, you just want to make sure that you are dealing as much damage as possible and that your builds are all done. So right now, you can see how much damage I'm doing, and I mean, he stole both my kills there, but I think you got the idea. Because of my Hextech Protobot, I was able to dive back in with all that damage and just melt them. Even though that was a 1v2 situation, I think I handled that pretty well. But I knew from the start that it was a 1v2 and I had to play it smart. So endgame, you really want to engage in as many team fights as possible. So right now, I'm going to head towards their base as that's where the team is. Because of your stun ability, your whole team can focus one person at a time. An analogy I'll make is to Overwatch like Goats Comp. When you stun someone, everyone dives in on them. But if you don't play Overwatch, I guess it's self-explanatory. Everyone just deals as much damage to that one person as possible. Now I'm going to rotate towards bottom since we're trying to take all three inhibitors, it looks like. But unless I can clean up this misfortune, I'll be going bot. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, as that is a very important aspect of playing Kennen. This person is clueless. But, I'm ahead bot, so I can see if I can get those 2 kills next to it. And since my ult is up, I'm 100% able to take this. Is there more? No. Okay. So what I did there is I dived in knowing that they were lower than me and knowing that I could beat them. And since they're under leveled than me, I know that I could take them in a level fight too. So what's something that you have to remember when playing Kennen, as you are squishy, but you do deal a lot of damage. When you have your ult, you can jump into really stupid situations and still pull out of it. It's kind of like Jax if you think about it. He can jump into a lot of weird situations and still win the fight, even though he should have not. Most stay with the team as much as possible, but you don't always have to. Aw, rip. But you always want to keep stunning people so that you're able to consistently apply pressure to them and make it harder for them to deal with your issue. I think the game is gonna end here, so I guess the video is about to end. So right before the video ends, make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe, as this is my first tutorial. If you guys have any questions about Kennen, make sure to put them in the description. I'd be happy to answer them. But when you're playing Kennen, the most important thing to remember is just have fun, tap them, just bully your lane. Kennen is especially fun when playing against Garen because you can just harass him so bad since he has no range at all. So as this video ends, or this game ends, hope you guys subscribe, turn on post notifications, and never miss my next upload. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed.